So when we first met, we were working together at Principal Financial Group, where I was spiritually. I didn't know if I even believed in God. I was having a lot of personal struggles with pornography, alcohol, and just the general inability to maintain relationships very well. I was very flaky. I didn't really follow through on spending time with people.
I had just gotten out of a really nasty relationship and had personally made the commitment to get back in line with my relationship with God, because I had grown up as a believer and had faith, but it was not a true faith. It was a flaky faith kind of a thing. Was going to the doctor for antidepressants. I went in there and I was like, hey, can you also just check, just in case, kind of laughing nervously about it, can I take a pregnancy test? All of these thoughts started flashing by, like everything that I've been doing is gonna be exposed, because I kind of, deep down, I just knew what she was gonna say because it took so long. And she came in, she looked at me and she said, so you're pregnant? And I just started bawling.
I definitely felt an unbearable burden of how am I going to figure out how to be a parent and how to be a husband and how to support a family, and I just knew that I had to grow up very quickly.
My life was over, to be honest. That's how I felt when I found out I was pregnant, because I was pursuing writing and I had all these plans. We were going to get engaged and take our time getting married.
Through that process, Terry really, to be honest, he grilled me, and he kept saying, you know, what does the gospel mean to you? And so I get that you understand it, but the phrase that finally got to click with me is, he said, but do you understand that the bag of regrets and the burden of life, when you set it down at Jesus' feet, you don't pick it back up again? With all the struggles that I had leading up to this point, that kind of finally made a click of, I need God. I can't do this without God, and I need to believe that.
And they kept on saying, you know, do you guys have any other friends that are believers? I remember, like, they asked us that probably every week. And we decided to go to the small group with Meredith and Brett. Immediately, everyone was just so real and vulnerable, and I just remember just being so honest with the girls about how I felt like a fraud, like having this child growing inside of me, because that was the first time where I had truly surrounded myself with other women that are not just like-minded in personality, but they truly believe the same thing, and they're also struggling with other things.
Coming to First Family, it has really shown me what Christianity actually is. Shown both of us that, you know, what a real church is supposed to look like.
The thing that has changed with you and your faith is that you've learned how to be honest about what you're struggling with me and with other men too. That's a completely new thing from when you accepted Christ.
Outside looking in, that's one way that I've seen her change immeasurably, is that she is able to reflect and see the actions that she's taking and how it can make me feel, or how it can make Jayla feel. And she's just grown unbelievably in how she handles both the depression and just day-to-day struggles.
I remember that was the Thursday, and we have our small group on Thursday nights. I think if it would have happened a few years ago, I feel like we would have just skipped small group and, I don't know, gotten drunk probably. But now, Like, it was not even a question. It was, we're going to small, like, we have to go to small group now. Like, there's no way we would miss it, you know? Like, we wanted to be there.
The moment that happened, it was devastating. But we went to God and we did everything we could to focus on being thankful for this trial. We had no clue why this happened to us, but we accepted that God is good. This is happening for a reason. The way that we responded to that was one of the primary examples of how we're changed people.